I think I got it. I've unlocked it. Keep pressing the wrong fucking button. know it's a DPS check, but... Peek! 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 Peek!
Khazan, why do you stubbornly refuse to understand? Khazan, I'm sorry. Ozma. Phantom, show yourself. It's over. It's all over.
Khazan, is this really for me? Thank you. You teach me to fight with it, and I'll teach you to use magic. Together, we'll be unstoppable.
Bro, they were childhood friends.
How beautiful. Thank you, Khazan. I wish we could stay like this forever. The three of us together.
Reese. You dare defy us! Reese, no! Reese, wake up, please. Kill him! Kill the traitor!
To think we once called you a hero!
So, this is my reward for saving the Empire from the evil of Islam. I see now. The real evil is humanity itself. Ozma, what was the point of ripping the world apart with your hatred?
Look at us all right there.
Phantom, it's time to return to where you came from.
I cannot. Charon commands me to stay. Chaos still remains, and so must I.
Ozma, I'm sorry.
Boom! Wow, wow, wow. So I guess I'm gonna do my review real quick. Let's turn that down.
Like a phantom always on my mind, and I would save you from the gallows, but I know it's
So,
you I'll have to fight.
this game was absolutely fucking amazing.
Or become the thing we always feared, and while
To start off, let me say, to start off, in the essence of a Souls-like in terms of gameplay, this game has knocked it completely out of the park. Knocked it completely out of the park. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a true Souls-like, because it took a lot of inspiration from Neo in the way that you went on missions instead of it all being one streamlined world. But not to say that it was a problem, but that's my really only comment of it, actually comparing it to an actual Souls-like. So, other than that, this game did absolutely everything correctly. The story, I mean, the story was there, right? I mean, it was a typical revenge story. The two friends, the two protagonists and antagonists were once childhood friends. Antagonist goes through immense loss. Protagonist has to go in and kill him. That's basically the story in a nutshell. I wasn't really, the characters that you were introduced to never really was like, there wasn't anything for you to actually latch on the characters like you would in, let's just say Dark Souls, like Night Slayer. Night Slayer, I mean, I can't think of the NPCs off my head right now, but Night Slayer is the biggest one. I mean, you go through this guy as a wholesome, jolly old guy, and then you get down to, down there in Iceland, and you find him taking over by chaos, stuff like that. So, I mean, characters weren't really anything to go home with. That's really it in terms of story and characters. They were alright, but the overall world building was really nice. I really enjoyed how the actual layout of the map when you go and choose the missions actually relayed into the actual in-game level design. I thought that was really nice for them to be able to think of things like that. I enjoyed the overall level design in-game. The twists and the turns and the crevices to go through and different shortcuts to find. I enjoyed how each world actually felt completely different up until the end. I mean, once you get to the end, it's kind of just castle. I mean, there's a little bit of castle landscape, but I mean, all the other maps were really, really, really fun. Really designed really well, and the game looked absolutely phenomenal. And it ran really, really well. I mean, the whole entire time you're playing, you had this dark moon that's up above you, and it's constant particle effects throughout the game. It just amplifies the overall feeling and atmosphere throughout the entire game. So props to the devs to actually making it functional while yet incredibly immersive. The only thing that I have to say about the overall level design and things of that nature was the reused assets for the side missions. I mean, there were side missions, right? All of it's completely optional up until I think when you get to the end where you have to go get the chains, where you have to go get the sword, all of those things. I mean, even then, that still could be optional. I mean, I did them, but I think there's different endings in this one, but overall, that's, you know, I mean, they were just side missions, nothing really wrong about it. It's kind of a non-issue. I'm not gonna sit there and say that it was lazy, because it was still really, really good. Mob design. I enjoyed them, right? I mean, I think I can't remember what the mobs are at the very beginning of the game, because honestly, I didn't really. I mean, I played the demo 6 months ago, so I don't remember what happened in that span of time. But I can say that I enjoyed the mob variations. You know, you had the Dragon King, you had the skeletons, you had the bandits, you had the knights, you have the Netherworld, the Chaos Demons. I'm not forgetting anything. You had those wizard guys that use like golden hammer. I mean, you had a pretty good variety. I mean, you had like the large skeletons with the big sword, the skeletons with the rapier. You had the knights with the shield, with the spear, then the spear and the shield, then the knights with the sword, and then the sword and the shield. You know, you have variants on top of the variants inside of the enemy variants. So I think you had a lot to actually go in and think about fighting this game, rather than just the typical mobs that you would fight in Dark Souls. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, Elden Ring has a lot of enemy variation. I think in terms of any enemy variation in this game and Lies of P, I definitely do think this game has more enemy variation, mob variation and enemy variation and elite variations than Lies of P. Lies of P, it was, you know, you fought zombies, robots, and then there were big ones, there were small ones, and then that was really it. But this one, you have a lot. You have a lot of mobs, and you have a lot of different mob types, and then you have like the elites and the, you know, legendary mobs, whatever you want to call them. And then the combat, 10 out of fucking 10. 10 out of fucking 10. Nothing that I have played, and I've played every Souls-like game that you could think of, I played it. Nothing comes close to this game in terms of gameplay. Nothing. Everything about it feels incredibly tight, very responsive, and it looks incredibly good. And then it feels incredibly good. Now, when I say feels, I mean the sound design, like when you hit like the potent attacks, or when you hit your special attacks and your skills, like that shit fucking feels really chunky, and like you just feel it. It is so fucking good. It is so good. And then, if I can be real, I went through 99% of this game without using the counterattack to counter the red skill, the red enemy skills. I went through without using reflection. I went through this game not using the basic moves. Let me show you. Basically, this entire fucking skill tree right here, I went through the entire game without using any of it. And then I didn't use it until literally the very end. And am I upset about it? Yes, because I feel like I dampened myself so long, and I feel like a lot of the bosses that I struggled with. I'm looking at you, Scalpel and Reese. If I would have known to that counterattack was a fucking thing, I really do think I would have had a much easier time. So I quite literally went into this game without using any of that, on top of playing on fucking expert mode. So before, I thought the fucking combat was awesome, even without using it. And then once I unlocked this, it was like it can't be fucking touched. The only thing that the combat can literally be compared to is Sekiro. And even then, I still think that the combat on this game feels much better than fucking Sekiro, because Sekiro is just a parry simulator, and it is just a simulator to just weighing down their stamina bar. Honestly. But this game, just everything about it just feels fucking awesome and amazing. Amazing. And I hope that in the future AAA titles take some things away from this to utilize, because man, it was fucking awesome. And then what else can I get into? Oh yeah, obviously fucking boss fights. Some of the best designed boss fights ever. Just starting with Viper at the very beginning. Viper's like your first real boss after the Yeti. Just starting off with Viper, they fucking nailed it. It was literally a hook, line, sinker, and then they reeled you the fuck in. Oh my god, was he so good for being like a first major boss. And then not only was he a fucking really good first major boss, he was, somewhat difficult. And he was a fucking, what I call them, four-parters. You have your first phase, then you have your Enrager, around 50% health. Then you have a second phase with a full health bar. So then you have the second phase, first phase, and then the second phase Enrager. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. My favorite boss fight in the game would probably be, honestly, my favorite boss fight in the game would probably have to be either Scalpel, even though I fucking crashed the fuck out on Scalpel. And this is in terms of design and overall interaction and fight. It would either have to be Scalpel or Ileana. I'm a musician myself, so seeing music incorporated into a boss fight like that, and then the feeling of when you walk into the room and then the fucking choir comes up, oh my god. It was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And the scores of all of them, they were just really good. The best score, I personally think the best score is fucking Reese. They nailed, well, I can't say that. If I would have to put them in a list, it would be Reese, then Scalpel, because Scalpel's score is fucking ballistic. Oh, it is crazy, especially when you get into his Plague Decay phase, and as he's going down, the music's just coming up. Oh my god, it's so good. It would have to be, like I said, it would have to be Reese, then it would be Scalpel. Let me see. Alamein was cool. Maluka was cool. Shit, who would I have? Dude, they're all so good. Honestly, if I would have a third best, it'd probably be, it'd probably be fucking Ozma. If I have to be honest, it would probably be Ozma. It's between Ozma and it's probably between Ozma and Ranktus. Ozma, Ranktus, or Shaktuka. Those bosses were awesome. They were absolutely fucking awesome. I loved them. Yeah, I mean, the game was awesome, and I recommend anybody who's looking for a challenge and looking to get into it, even if you're just looking to get into the game. I mean, to be honest, I really wouldn't. I mean, I'd go into this game thinking of it as like a Souls-like, but the way that the boss fights are actually designed is what makes it different from a lot of the Souls-likes, because they have a lot of MMO style mechanics. Like when you go and fight Eliana, and she comes up and she throws the balls actually move in like a forward, you have to move them. Or if you're fighting Reese and she throws up the walls, you have to go around the wall. Or if you're fighting, you know, this boss, Balbano, you know, when he hits his hammer and he's doing like a full arena fire attack, and you have to move up and platform and move up and down and stuff like that. I mean, they had a lot of like raid style, like MMO Korean raid style mechanics. And I think that's what sets this game apart from a lot of the different type of Souls-likes, you know, Souls-like genre, because it doesn't make you just only interact with the boss. It makes you interact with the environment as well, which is what I really, really, really like. It was very interesting. It was very interesting, and I really, really do like it. You know, some things that I can comment on as well is I really enjoyed the way that, you know, they make you incorporate sets. I myself really like how they incorporated gear and actually you know, allowed you to fully control your build. I really do wish that this is something Souls-like would just do in the future with a fucking transmog, like literally what this game does. You can craft your gear, you can craft your sets, you can go and farm the bosses. Fuck, it's bugged. It's actually bugged. But yeah, you can actually go in, you can farm the bosses, you can craft your gear. You can do a lot in this game, and you can actually hone in your build instead of just being the regular magic quality, heavy, faith, whatever. Like you can hone in your build, and you can hone in your actual playstyle. I think this is another thing that this game does a lot better than Lies of P, because Lies of P, you don't really have a build. You just have, you know, heavy weapon, medium weapon, light weapon. That's it. And then, you know, I know you can craft. I know you can like craft your different style weapons, but it's really not the same. Yeah, I mean, I loved it, and I would recommend anybody to come play it. Honestly, my take on this game is like, I would say a 9.5 out of 10. And the reason why I say it's 9.5 out of 10, because the only parts of the game that I didn't really like at all was parts in the Elamine fight and parts in the Reese fight. And the reason is because the shield mechanics. I don't like a boss that hides behind a shield. If I'm gonna fight a boss, I want the boss to fight, and I want the boss to fight me. I don't want to have to worry about getting parried by the boss. I don't want to have to actually force a boss out to move so that I can parry it, or to move so that way I can, you know, counter it, whatever. I just want to be able to fight the boss and then counterattack as the boss fights me. So those are things I didn't really enjoy. Reese's fight was particularly annoying with the shields, because it was one of them things to where the fight was already kind of annoying in the sense of you had to chase her because she's a mage and she flies around everywhere. And then, you know, her adding walls, and then you couldn't walk into the wall, or you get damaged, you have to go around the wall. It was really annoying, and it was a really, really, really big stamina consumer. So, that's really it. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to comment on, I feel. One of the closing statements that I leave is that the only thing, if any other developer looks at this game and they talk about it and discuss and they take inspiration. Learn and replicate how this boss designs mage boss fights. Holy fucking shit. Even though Reese was fucking annoying and Ozma was annoying, the way that this game designed mage boss fights was perfect. Was absolutely fucking perfect. Even with the jellyfish bitch. They were all fucking perfect. They were perfect. It actually felt like you was fighting a fucking mage. Versus fucking going fight Renala in Elden Ring. Fucking her as a mage, she's supposed to be the strongest mage in the verse. She was a fucking joke. She was a joke. But imagine if FromSoft developed Renala like Neeple developed their 3 mage boss fights. Imagine. Oh my god, this game would be so fucking peak. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Follow and subscribe. Alright, that's it. Make sure I grab that one. Cool. So I got some more shit.